I call them tourists. Who am I to say? But there were these people who chose not to put on masks after being told several times. And so then I told them the least you could do is be respectful and wear a mask. They chose not to, you know, and then told me, well, it's my right. And I told them it's not your place. In these months, it's been easy for us to get into the habit of putting on our masks when we need to, indoors and in tight places outside. That's easy. But what's not easy to do is to ask other people to put on theirs. It takes something out of you, but we need to make the habit if we're gonna go forward. We need our crowds, and we can't have crowds without masks. And that means everyone needs to do it. Not just because you might get sick, but because there are people who are more vulnerable than you. On Friday, it was the first time, it was the most public thing I'd been to since the quarantine. Sylvester Francis had died, and I found it, for me, it was important to pay my respects. He was not a person I knew well, but he's a person who steered the gravitational pull for my Mardi Gras morning for many, many years. At a funeral, we think about other people that we lost. And so for many people, on the minds of many people, was that we were mourning the people that we couldn't publicly mourn. And for me, I lost my grandmother. The thing is, there were a group of people that I'm gonna call tourists because they all clung together and were dressed like they didn't care what anybody thought of them. And they were not wearing masks. A friend of mine came up to me and told me that she had found it in her to go tell them, to ask them to put on masks. And in exchange, she got called a Karen. When I saw them, I asked them to put on masks. I said, please have some respect for some people here. We've lost a lot of people and nobody here needs to get sick. She told me it's my right not to wear a mask. And I said, yes, lady, but this is not your place. Would you please leave if you don't want to put on a mask? This is not a time for do what you wanna. It's a time for do what you wanna with your mask on.